Hello, everybody. Brian Parker, the Brian Parker Group. Welcome back to Mortgage Essentials Know Before You Owe. Today, we're talking about pre-qualification versus pre-approval. And let's just go ahead and get this monkey out of the way. There is no such thing as pre-qualification. It does not exist anymore, not since 2008, 2009. And back then, there were enough loan programs. If you had a high enough credit score, there was a loan program we could fit you in. But that box is so much smaller now that if someone says you're pre-qualified, they probably got your social security number, pulled your credit, asked you what your income was, you told them how much money you had in the bank, stuff like that, but they haven't reviewed any documents in detail to know if any of that stuff is accurate or true, because the way you see your income may be completely different from what the lender looks at it. It's not that we don't believe you, but we cannot have you put in your deposits for the contract online to potentially lose that money because I, as your loan officer, did not do a solid pre-approval for you. So I'm gonna walk you through a few slides here, and this is available for you. You can reach out to me to get it if you like. So we're going to talk about the full mortgage pre-approval process. And if you get a full pre-approval, then once you're under contract, you should have no worries about your loan being approved and closing on your home loan. So we're going to talk about some different things. Let's talk about trigger leads first. There's actually litigation bills that have been introduced in the House and Senate to try to get this to go away. But when you get your mortgage applied for and the lender pulls your credit, you will immediately, within probably minutes and definitely over the next few days, be solicited with phone calls and text messages from other lenders. Now, your lender, me or whoever it may be, we did not sell your information. The current law is written that it allows the credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, that when your mortgage credit is pulled, that they can sell your information to other mortgage companies. So these are some steps that you can take to try to avoid that from happening. And if that doesn't quite understand it for you, kind of give you the picture, just picture it as you getting a speeding ticket. And remember how you get those 20 letters in the mail over the next couple of weeks from all the attorneys wanting to defend you for your speeding ticket? Well, that's trigger leads, but on steroids, just a whole lot more. So make sure you do opt out in trying to obtain your mortgage credit before the credit is pulled. All right, documents you need. If your W-2 salary, it's pretty granola. I won't review the list here. Please take a screenshot of it if you need to. Again, I'm glad to send it to you. Assets, bank statements that you're going to use, pay stubs, W-2s. We are going to want to review your tax returns. And you may have a situation where you've spoken with another lender and they don't ask for your tax returns. They should. That doesn't mean we need to use them, but your loan officer, it is his or her job to be the first underwriter on your loan. And you don't know what's in your tax returns that could impact you or your ability to get a home loan. So it is the loan officer's job to review your tax returns up front to make sure there's nothing in there, a Schedule C, a Schedule E, federally owed taxes, a Schedule F, things that you may not be aware of that can impact your ability to qualify for a loan. And then once I review them, if I don't need them, if I know the company doesn't need them, we put them in what we call the junk folder in your file where nobody can see them but me. And then the other income, you've got driver's licenses, military duty, et cetera in that. So this is your W-2 qualifier. If you are hourly, it is pretty much the same thing, with the exception if you receive overtime, bonus, shift differential, commission income, tips, if you get mileage, if you're an over-the-road driver, stuff like that. All that is considered variable income. And for us to do an accurate pre-approval for you, we will need to see the last pay stub received in the previous 2 years for your employment so we can see how that shift differential or that bonus or that overtime income is broken out. And if you've only been there for a little over a year, then we need the previous year ending pay stub. Some companies we can do an immediate VOE, which is a verification of a mortgage for employment. But a lot of companies don't report online. So if they don't report online, then your pay stubs are definitely needed for your loan officer to calculate your income correctly. Everything else is standard, same as going back to your W-2 employee. But if you're with that variable income, those additional pay stubs are required. Self-employed, tax returns most definitely. And then if you have business returns, if you file an 1120 or 1065, we will need those returns as well. Typically, you will have some K-1s associated with those. Please make sure you include your K-1s. And then all the other standard documentation going back to salary and hourly. All right. If you own any other real estate, this slide here will apply to every pre-approval process. So if no matter whether you're salary, hourly, self-employed, if you own other real estate, we will need to see these documents as well to make sure that liability is calculated correctly in your pre-qualification or your pre-approval. And again, pre-qualification doesn't exist. And then lastly, if you would like to get a copy of this presentation, just send me a note. So there's your quick minutes for today on pre-approval, what you should expect. If your lender doesn't ask for these items, that is a red flag. I'm Brian Parker with the Brian Parker Group. Hope you're well. God bless you. Have a great day.